One of the things that happens when you're awakening, your spiritual teachers or guides, not the guru thing, but people that are helping you, like me. Some people feel helped by me, you know, through private soul counseling sessions, activation sessions. We do soul script readings, soul retrieval. This is shamanic work. This is yogic work. This is Taoist work. It has to do with actually moving and shifting the energies, you know. Two things are happening on Earth for people right now, basically. Every human, every teacher has said it differently, but, you know, Jesus says it one way. He says, everyone has fallen short of the glory of God. Meaning, when you stretch your arms out, this size of a round, spinning heart field of your kundalini field, your whole pillar of fire, which is your spinal column. Moses walked in the desert behind a fiery pillar of a kundalini column of an awake Elohim, or being, or small God. A being that was guiding and helping. One of his guides. That's what that was. There's no mystery to this stuff, you know. It can all be revealed in this time of revealing, of showing, you know. Apocalypse is a Greek word, apokalypsos, that means full divine revelation. There's nothing to fear about it. Well, you're in this time of you fully divinely revealing yourself to yourself and the world. There's two things happening. One is, we're contaminated humans, right? We've fallen short of glory. Our glories are not happening. You know, our multicolored dream coat, our stairway to heaven is cut off, thank you Led Zeppelin. Our multicolored dream coat, thank you Joseph, is not dreaming. We don't have those colors in place, fully vibrating. The rainbow body around us is not fully activated. That's what shamans call it, the Quechua shamans, the Amazonian shamans, the Inca. The rainbow body, what is that? Well, that's obviously your 7 chakras, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, open, pulsating, you know, fully awake. So on the way there, there's some toxic stuff inside you, inside an ayahuasca ceremony, inside a good spiritual meeting where you bring the Spirit of God, real God, Source God, in. You're going to have stuff get pushed out, right? A detoxification. You're going to detox stuck energies, you know. When I see people, I'll see little dark spots or blobs or, you know, things, and I know that's just unmoving energy. It's kind of like a river. You know, if you dam a river and you have some places where the water doesn't move, it collects some garbage and stuff. That's what's going on within us. So 2 steps here. One is clearing the old or getting it moving again so that then we can hold and receive the new, powerful, the fuller source, your fuller self, you know, the Holy Ghost, that's called Kundalini awakening, Shaktipat, you know, receiving the full goodness, godness of source inside us so that our pillar of fire comes to life. So a real teacher, my suggestion, is not, you can't just talk theory. Theory is good, but you have to actually get this energy activated and pushed out. You need to detox people you're working with, and you need to let them receive God to fill that in, which it does. It's like digging a hole and the water just comes in. God's ever faithful, no problems. He, she, it slides right in there, just like when you dig a canal for water. You know, not a problem. God's doing their part. We have to remove the debris inside us. Open the channels, the nadis. In the Hindu thing, the yogic thing, they're called the nadis. Every millions of chi channels, millions of channels for kundalini to be cleared, to burst out your nadis. It's like pores, you know. Why do we call them pores? They're meant to pour energy. Why do we call flowers flowers? Because they are flowers. They automatically unpetal, open petal themselves and flow source energy, you know. Fun with words. So in this process of a true teacher, they're not just going to give you informational head knowledge. They're going to work with your pillar of energy, your kundalini, your actual energy. Well, there's some defense mechanisms that have developed, survival skills, some denials, some belief systems, some fears, some traumas that have been implanted in every human, just about, walking around on the planet to a lesser or bigger degree. Some humans are fully only operating on their imprints, on their fears, on their beliefs. Others are learning to be able to have moments of feeling Source, God, within them. So in this process, and I use my example, when I work with people, and it happens for me too, I'm not completely fully cleansed yet, but I'm able to serve as a conduit at times, an impersonal conduit for others, and be able to see and what's going on with them and read and so forth. In this process, when you hit a particularly big blockage in the energetic system, this will come up. It's a reality-making machine. We are a reality-making machine. If a belief system is coming out of your energetic body, that's what you're going to see around you. You're going to walk in that bubble. If you have fears, doubts, people are evil, can't trust people, that's not my problem. If you've pushed some of your stuff into denial onto others, projected, that will happen. With a spiritual guide, a teacher, someone helping you, that stuff's going to surface. So it's not all happy balloons and unicorns on the spiritual path. You know, you're going to have that stuff come up, and that gets projected. So in my experience, for example, working with people, they're going to love me, they're going to unduly love me and project onto me, oh, you're the best thing, you're the only sane voice I can ever hear, and you're the best thing since sliced bread, and oh, Tobias, you're so enlightened. Yeah, and I know enough that that's projection, which keeps me in a safe place. Otherwise, you develop weird little cultic followings where the teacher believes, yes, I am enlightened. And then he has followers because they want a teacher, and you get this dance macabre, this weird sycophantic relationship and a cult in the mountains, eventually storing guns in the basement. The normal story. We've seen it 100 times. The other one you get also is I become the devil. When something gets triggered. Now, after a while, shamans can, and I have this ability too. We all do in a sense, but I'm more conscious of it because I spent 30 years this lifetime and 300 lifetimes, 3,000 probably, developing some of this stuff, right? You can actually push into people with energy, but love energy. You can actually push in, and that will trigger stuff to start coming out of people. In an ayahuasca ceremony, it's easy to see the shamans, you will actually sing into the bodies of people. You're singing this purificado, this pure energy. I just made that up. Don't know if it's a Spanish word or not. You're singing this pura, this purity, into people with the Icaros. And it starts just triggering stuff to come out, you know. And it's the same with any teacher worth their salt. They're going to want to help you. Now, they're going to listen. Right? And when there's the right timing for things. Because if, for example, if God completely wanted to purify us, you, in the moment right now, it'd be too much. You know, it's like the person dies of toxic shock if too much of an infection tries to heal the body. Well, if too much of your spiritual infection came up at once, you go insane. It's too much. The gates open up too soon. And there's a certain way of doing it that's appropriate, and it's still very, very scary for people waking up. Your realities, you realize, are programmed into you. These are not real realities. They're just temporary belief systems. So anyway, saint or devil. Usually a teacher gets projected upon. Oh, you're a saint. You're amazing. You're a piece of God. We need to start a cult, and you need to be massively across the planet. Or, you are dangerous. You're very bad. I need to go after you. I have some crazy woman, you know, on YouTube who has to warn people about me, right? You know, it's what happens. It's just part of the game, you know. Baba used to say, the jackals howl at the moon. It's just, if you start shining your light, you're going to get some of that attack. Don't have to. You can be undercover. But generally that's how it happens. So, saint or devil, watch that projection game. It's all spiritual physics, really. Spiritual physics, the two steps are, I'm purging my stuff. And there's many ways of doing that. You know, any good spiritual practice, notice, but you have to actually do it. Sort of like if you want to learn to ride a bike, you have to get on the bike and do it. Learn to sail a boat, you can do it. It's not a big deal, but you have to actually do it. Do some practice that actually moves your energy, starts detoxing your system. The inner body awakening, that it's an ancient method. It's not new with me. Nothing's new under the sun. You know, it's one of Shiva's techniques, I'm sure. That the inner body awakening, I was guided last year to create a simple MP3 that really helps you feel your inner energetic body. Once you start getting in touch with your inner energetic body, it will automatically start pushing out all that which is not naturally meant to be in you. Any stuck, torqued, dead possessions, literally, foreign energies. Your spiritual antibodies, I don't even like that word, your spiritual healing mechanism will start. So check out the inner body awakening. A little more advanced technique is the alchemy process, but it's a simple 4-step process. This is actually taking these energies and alchemizing them, changing them back into source energy, back into God energy. Any good sitting practice, one full divine breath, can render the stillness. I know I run on at the mouth a little. I have to do that to capture your attention a little bit. We're so used to television pounding us. It's how we're programmed. So in a way, we have to be very lively and energetic to capture people's attentions or even hold attention. Many people in the groups I do go to sleep. Once we bring in the calm and the peaceful and the soul energy, the source energy, God's presence, people literally just conk out. You know, it's so comfortable. But their only response to that is to go to sleep. That's okay. You absorb stuff while you're asleep as well. So, the saint or devil, your teacher is going to be both to you. A true teacher is going to be both to you. You're going to project, oh, they're a saint. Oh, God, they're dangerous. This is normal. As your toxicity comes up, as your stuff comes out, and any true teacher is going to want to help you get your stuff out of you. Your old energies, your old patterns, your old phobias, your old misunderstandings, denials, call them what you want. The old way of calling them was sins. You know, I like that. The sin is an empty space, a place without God. Sin is in the Spanish language. So, these 2 steps, empty out your stuff, and fill up with the new. And that comes in automatically. In this process, you will project on the world. So watch the world as your reflection. The law of reflection is another video that you can hunt under my name. Alright, if you like some of this stuff, Listening to the Sun on Amazon is a book that many people say really helps awaken. Popcorns of Awakening, 50 little chapters of my true telling of my experiences and awakenings with various archangels, angel of death, teachers, various teachers, and just real musings, because the spiritual path is not always, it's not going to be all happy, you know. When you're clearing your stuff, it's like cleaning the house, deep cleaning the house. You find some gunk. That's just how it is. Accept that. The more you accept that and just be present with it and allow it, this is part of my process, love all of it. You're going to have to learn to love all of it anyway. If you want to go to oneness, you have to learn all of it, love all of it anyway. So start loving the stuff inside yourself. Instead of trying to love the world, God came to me really strong about 15 years ago. And He showed me, here's your ideas, Tobias. He showed me on stage, we're waving the flag, we're doing chants and meditations. And He poked fun of it, made light of it, right? Made light of it and said, Tobias, you first have to learn to love all the parts of yourself. And then next, one other person. Then you'll become safe to try to love in large movements. So, you're going to have to learn to love all of it anyway if you want oneness. So start learning to love those parts in yourself. First of all, you'll feel better, you'll be healthier, you'll be able to have more abundance in your life, and life will just be more fun for you, and then everything else will fall into place. Some of the musings for today are, thanks so much.